My next guests today are Matt Collins, Communication and Event Coordinator for the Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Great Lakes Bay region, and big sister and mentor, Dort Tolfree. Welcome to our show.
Hey, thanks for having us, Linda.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. I'm glad you could join us today. Matt, tell us about the Big Brothers Big Sisters mission and what makes it unique from other organizations.
Well, Big Brothers Big Sisters focuses primarily on one-to-one mentoring relationships. So generally speaking, our programs would pair one adult mentor with one child who is maybe struggling with a certain circumstance. You know, maybe they're struggling through poverty, maybe they're in a single parent home, perhaps maybe they're struggling in school. Someone who is looking for, or someone who can use the assistance of a mentor, an adult mentor in that one-to-one relationship.
And then there are three aspects, though. What are the others?
Yes, well, we have three primary programs that Big Brothers Big Sisters serves in the Great Lakes Bay region. The first and probably the most widely known of those programs would be our community-based one-to-one mentoring programs, and these are generally the ones that you might see with the one big brother or big sister, or perhaps a couple and a little brother or a little sister. And essentially these are volunteers who are matched with these younger individuals based on a series of interviews and based on similar interests, and 2 to 3 times a month they would get together doing activities that would strengthen that one-to-one relationship, build that bond, and help that young person succeed through some of the challenges that they may be facing on the path to adulthood. Now, our second program is one of our 2 school-based programs, which would be our Teaming Up with Youth After School program. Now, this program generally teams up a high school student with an elementary school student in a once-a-week after-school program, not only providing those younger students with an after-school snack, also an opportunity for a growth activity after school, again in a one-to-one area where those students can work together on, whether it be homework, whether it be an educational activity, physical activities, again building that relationship and building strengths within those young people.
And those are usually held at the young students' school, right?
That is correct. They are generally held at the local elementary schools throughout the region. And our last one, also held at local elementary schools, is our Lunchbox Learners program, which I understand you have some personal experience with helping out in the past. And this program allows volunteers a once-a-week opportunity to use their lunch hour to help a K through 3 student strengthen their reading, because generally speaking, we say that by the time you get to 3rd grade, students stop learning to read and they start reading to learn. So if a student is struggling with learning to read, this program can help build that student up to the point where they can start reading to learn.
It's a fun program too, for just an hour every week, so I really enjoy that. Or it's not every week, it's every
week throughout the school year.
Yeah, okay, every week. I couldn't remember because I know my dates changed. So now, what are the age ranges for the different programs? Do you have to be a certain age? Is there age limits?
Generally speaking, students would start at about, our program would start with 6-year-olds and go through graduation of high school. Obviously, there are some programs, like I mentioned, the Lunchbox Learners, which focuses on K through 3rd grade students.
And then what about the bigs?
The bigs, we say 16 to 116.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much if you're over the age of 16, you very well might be able to be a big with Big Brothers Big Sisters.
I think my daughter was in high school. She did the after-school program with someone for a year.
Yes, and that program as well allows a little bit of flexibility in that age range with high school students as well. But when it comes to the community-based programs, 16 to pretty much infinity is when you can be a big.
Well, great. Now, I've heard about this big change that Big Brothers Big Sisters is encouraging the community to help create. Tell us all about that. That sounds exciting.
Yes, so we've actually had a very exciting fall. We just recently wrapped up a huge fall recruitment campaign, and big thank you to the Midland Area Community Foundation for the grant funding they provided for that, to really help showcase what Big Brothers Big Sisters can provide to the community and to bring in more bigs, because right now we have about 88 kids on our wait list, most of which are young boys, and we need to get them matched with mentors who can help them build those relationships. And some of the change that we see, I mean, Dort will definitely be able to speak of some of the individual change she's seen in her littles, but But just for instance, 75% of youth with a mentor through our programs go on to graduate with a 4-year degree in college, which is huge. And students are also less likely to hit other students in school, less likely to use drugs, and just it creates a
because
positive.
they've got another positive role model in their life, an adult.
Yes.
Well, speaking of Dort, let's talk to Dort. Dort's a
Hi.
big sister, and I believe you've been with the group, with the organization for quite some time. I remember you from when I was with Big Brothers Big Sisters in the early 2000s. How did you get involved, and when did you get involved with Big Brothers?
Probably about 18 years ago, I decided to get involved in something in the community, and I grew up with my parents taking kids in the community, exchange students and stuff. So I looked at Big Brothers Big Sisters and approached them and went through the process of getting matched up with my first little, and it was a little boy at 9 years old. And so I've had 3 matches since then.
And now you have a long-term relationship with the first. You still hear from him, correct?
Yes, I do. He's in Durham, North Carolina, and I stay in touch with him. And
That's
Madison, I stay in touch with her still. And Liam, now he's 5 years old. He was 5 years old, and now he's 8 years old. So we're doing great.
So these are long-term relationships you build with other people, other youth in which they enjoy together for a lifetime sometimes. What's your favorite part of being a mentor?
Well, taking the child to do something that would be fun for them, getting them out, watching them grow, watching them become from a bashful child to, growing into an adult and finding that confidence, finding that maturity in them, and staying in touch with them and having them be kind of like my family. That's the way I look at them. I send them something for every holiday. I communicate with them all the time, and you can't let that connection go.
Yeah, no, this is a long-term relationship, like a family member, really.
Yes.
Well, what's the biggest piece of advice you'd give to someone who might be interested in becoming a mentor?
One, don't hesitate. Get involved. This is a great organization. They have fun things for the kids that they put on. It's an organization that helps a family in need, a child, to have that reward at the end of the day when you drop that child off and they give you that hug and say, you're the best big sister. You can't ever hold back on something like that. So to tell you to get involved, I can't express it enough.
Oh, good, good. Well, Matt, in wrapping up, tell the folks about how to contact Big Brothers Big Sisters for either a child that would like a mentor or benefit from the program, or to become a mentor. How do they call you? And so
well, it's real simple. For general information, BBBS, that's 3 B's, GreatLakesBay.org is our main website, and look forward to a new, even more powerful website resource coming in the new year. We're excited about that. If you're looking to just jump right into the application, say, I'm ready, I want to be a big, createbigchange.org. It'll take you right to the application. It's real simple to fill out, and one of our wonderful match coordinators will be in touch with you shortly. Otherwise, 989-631-5360 is the direct line to our Midland office.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Big Brothers Big Sisters offer so much in the way of helping kids in our community who could use an additional adult role model in their lives, and I hope folks out there who may be interested in mentoring local children come forward and befriend these children and youth. Thank you for joining us today, and stay tuned for our next guest, Tom Vallant of the Santa House.